How's it going, peeps? Waiting for you guys to come in right quick. We got some stuff to talk about today. Quite frankly, I'm giving this loss 100% on Dwayne Casey. What's going on, Joey? Dwayne Casey rotations lineups is straight booty, and not the good kind of booty. This is a problem. What's going on, D-Lock? I don't understand. What's going on, Devin99? What's going on, guys? Everyone in the chat. I don't understand Dwayne Casey's problem with Christian Wood. I don't get it. I'm not saying Christian Wood would have won us the game. At least he would have played a way more physical with Karl Anthony Towns and gave us some energy and some rebounds. Thon Maker, I don't know what it is, if he's eating popcorn before the games, but he cannot hold on to the ball, whether it's a rebound or a pass. I don't understand why Dwayne Casey has such a love relationship with Thon Maker. I don't necessarily blame Drummond. I mean, Drummond didn't play a great game, but the foul calls on Karl Anthony Towns flopping. First of all, the entire Minnesota Timberwolves were flopping left and right. It's pretty sad. But the foul calls that they were calling on Drummond were BS. See, Drummond's a very emotional player. Okay, this is Drummond's downfall. You have to get Andre involved early in the game, or he's not going to have a good game. It's the exact same thing the 04 Pistons were doing with Ben Wallace. They look to get him involved right away, so that way he is locked in. It's the exact same thing with Andre Drummond. The Pistons have yet to realize that. We wasted Blake and D Rose comeback. I felt like that would have been a jolt to the locker room. I don't understand why we played Tim Frazier at all. To me, Tim Frazier is worse than Jose Calderon. He offers nothing to this team whatsoever. And you pulled out Bruce Brown. Now, don't know if Bruce got hurt, so I don't want to jump to conclusions, but you didn't play Bruce Brown at all the second half. Okay, I'm not saying Bruce Brown, again, would have won us the game, but Bruce Brown just held down the fort playing point guard for you the last 4 games. I see you Devin99 with the D-load rumors. I mean, we'll see when we come to that road. I don't think the Warriors are going to trade him, but we will see, at least this year. But Bruce Brown has held down the fort playing point guard for you for the last 4 games. Bruce Brown's not the answer for you, but you just ruined his confidence, Casey. You can't do this with young players. You can't put them in the starting lineup, pull them out, and not play them at all. You can't do that. It's going to ruin his confidence. Luke Kennard was really the only bright spot for us today. We're still relying way too heavily on Blake Griffin. Slowed down our offense a little bit when we played Blake ball. But the real problem was Dwayne Casey. Minnesota was hitting some stupid shots. Okay, they were hitting some shots they shouldn't have been even taken. And there's not much you can do defensively to stop that. But our defense, not good today. We made a lot of dumb turnovers again. I think we played too much Derrick Rose and Blake Griffin, to be honest with you. And then we didn't use them right. You know, we played them early in the fourth quarter. We definitely could have used them fresh towards the end of the fourth quarter when we legit had a legit run to close it out. But who did we put in there? Tim Frazier. Then we take Tim Frazier out and put Langston and Luke in there without a real point guard. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And then Tony Snell couldn't miss today. He hit 2 threes right in a row. You don't go back to him. You go to Blake ball. Langston Galloway hits a couple threes. What do? Go to Blake ball. It doesn't make any. You have to go with the hot hand, man. There's no offense. There's no defensive plan. It doesn't make any sense. And I'm not saying Bruce Brown would have been the answer, but at least what Dwayne Casey should do with Bruce Brown is tell him to go out there and be aggressive, both offensively and defensively. It's all you're going to ask of Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown's not going to go out there and torch up the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's not going to happen. But he needs to go out there and put pressure on the defense. It's what Rose does. Rose doesn't take a lot of jumpers. Bruce doesn't need to take a lot of jumpers, man. He needs to go out there and attack the hoop. It's what he's going to do. He needs to play defense and attack the rim. It's what he needs to do. That's going to be his job. That's going to be his calling card for his NBA career. Get used to it. But not to play him at all the second half, that's just going to ruin his confidence. You don't want that. You still have Jordan Bone out there on the bench, not getting any minutes. Again, don't know what we're going to see from Jordan Bone, but give him some playing time. Not playing Christian Wood at all is a huge, huge problem to me. Because Christian Wood only goes out there with positive vibes, high energy, and makes plays for you. Again, not saying Wood would have changed the game enough where we would have won, but he would have played so much better than Thon. Thon just got bullied by anybody. If I'm the opposing team and I see Thon Makers out there, whoever he's guarding, I'm just giving the ball to him, putting him in an ISO, and letting him take care of his business. Because Thon can't stop a soul. I don't know how many of you guys know who Flight Reacts is, because it depends on how old you are. I don't want to call you guys boomers, but pretty much he's one of the worst YouTube IRL basketball players out there. He gets cooked by everybody he plays. But I'm pretty sure he could beat Thon Maker one-on-one. And that's saying a lot. I don't know what's happened to Thon. He fooled us all. Thon posted every single day on his Instagram of him working out, lifting weights, attacking the hoop, playing defense, and none of it has translated to the NBA court. None of it. Stop playing Thon Maker. I don't understand why you love Thon so much. It's not going to work out for you, okay? Play Christian Wood, man. He's younger. He makes more plays for you. And even if he's going to get torched by Karl Anthony Towns or Andrew Wiggins or whoever had the hot hand, at least he's going to go out there and he is at least going to give it 100%. And you know what? He's got more offensive talent than Thon. He can shoot. He can push the ball up the court. He can dunk. We've all seen what he can do. Okay? Play Christian Wood, man. I still don't think Blake and Rose are 100%. And I think we're relying too much on them. Run some plays for Luke. Luke's got the hot hand, man. Luke's had the hot hand all season long. Run some more plays for Luke. Frazier, I don't even know why he was out there, man. To be honest, I didn't even care he was healthy because he makes no difference to me for this team. This team does not need Tim Frazier. He did absolutely nothing for us today. Nothing at all. You can't tell me at least Bruce Brown would have got a steal and pushed it and drew a foul or something. At least Bruce Brown plays defense. You know what? We could have used his defense. He could have got scrappy with Andrew Wiggins, got Andrew Wiggins out of comfortable. You don't take these defensive players out. I see a lot of people right now comparing Bruce Brown to Stanley Johnson. It's not the same comparison, okay? Don't get it twisted. Stanley Johnson, strictly defense. Okay, we've seen Bruce Brown can play point guard. Bruce Brown is a building project, okay? You can't just turn a second-round draft pick into a golden standing point guard. It's not going to happen, okay? It's going to take time, especially when you draft him as a two-guard and have played him as a two-guard. It's going to take some time with Bruce Brown, okay? He's already better than Tim Frazier, bro. Already better than Tim Frazier. You can't tell me otherwise. He offers more than Tim Frazier. I know he can't shoot. Okay, it will come in time. You can't play in this league and not shoot. He's going to get a jumper. I'm not saying he's going to shoot 40% or anything like that, but he can shoot 36%. It's not that hard to do so, and that's enough where people have to guard you out there and respect you. It's going to come in time. Stay patient with Bruce Brown. Don't jump off the Bruce Brown bandwagon or anything like that. To not play him in the second half is ridiculous, and it falls on Casey. These refs were terrible, not just for the Pistons, but they were making some terrible calls both ways, mainly against the Pistons, but these NBA officials are terrible. So, I had a lot of potential for Thon, man. When we got him, I was happy. Comes in right away, gets punched in the mouth, has to get stitches, but before he gets stitches, comes out here and blocks a dude. I mean, that's pretty Detroit, man. That's awesome. And ever since then, he's never lived up to anything. I think he's actually playing worse this year than he did last year. I don't get it. So, I don't care if we trade Thon. Langston Galloway actually played pretty good today. Langston's having a pretty good season so far. Langston's been pretty consistent. If Langston can stay this consistent, I do not have a problem keeping Langston Galloway. If he stays this consistent, the only problem I have with Langston Galloway is Stan Van Gundy paid him a little bit over what his market value is. So, Casey, man. It's a Casey. Do I really have to say more than Casey? It's really his fault for this game. He did a poor job managing Blake and D Rose's minutes, played him at the absolute worst possible time, and played bums, bro. Tim Frazier and Thonmaker on the court way too much. And I understand Christian Wood's a power forward and all, but man, you got to play the young guy. Give him some opportunities. Casey's really dumb, man. Martha Ford's at least trying to push the Lions in the right direction. Tom Gorge is just here to throw some T-shirts. I'm telling you guys, Kennard's only going to get better, man. He's averaging 18 right now. What, did he have 20 today or something like that? I mean, Luke was playing angry today. That white guy from T-Wolves, I don't know his name. And I can call him white guy because I'm white. I can say that. He was hitting some dumb shots, and Luke had to answer. And Luke was really the only player that really stood out. Yeah, I seen he hit him hit that old lady with that T-shirt. That's pretty funny. Yeah, layman. He's pretty lame. I feel like Karl-Anthony Towns was causing more problems than Wiggins, to be honest with you. I was fine giving Wiggins his points. But when you took Drummond out of the game, even when Drummond was out there, Karl-Anthony Towns is going to be stopped. He bodied Thonmaker, bro. I mean, you had Karl-Anthony Towns out there, probably one of the softest big men in the league, out here flexing on you and smiling at you. It's bad. When Karl-Anthony Towns is... Let me put this in perspective. Ben Simmons made Karl-Anthony Towns tap out. Okay? Now, that same guy who tapped out is out here flexing on Thonmaker. Get Thonmaker out of here. I have lost all respect for Thonmaker after he got bodied by Karl-Anthony Towns. I don't want to see Thonmaker on the court. Maybe sitting Thonmaker down for 5 games would probably be best for Thonmaker. He gets to sit down and go home, rethink his life, and get some death sticks, and just think about what he's doing wrong. I'm not really concerned about our record. Blake and Derrick Rose still aren't 100% healthy. Once they get healthier, we're going to see a different team. And you guys got to take in the same consideration. We have a lot of new pieces on this team. So when you incorporate Derrick Rose and Blake Griffin with Andre Drummond and Luke Kennard, it's going to take some time for it all to click. And then you just added Markieff to the bench. He hasn't played with all those guys yet. So, I mean, it's going to take some time for it to click. Really, our team's just starting to come together and seeing what we have. So it's going to take a longer, I don't want to say a long time, but it's going to take a longer time for this team to see where everybody's at, to gel and click. So now, tomorrow, we are back at it against the Miami Heat. I do not expect Blake Griffin or Derrick Rose to play. It's back-to-back. We have to fly to Miami. So we are probably heading out there right now. So guess what? The guy you didn't play at all today, Christian Wood, he's going to have to play tomorrow. the guy who didn't play much in the second half. I don't think he played him at all in the second half. Bruce Brown, he's probably going to have to start tomorrow. For the love of God, do not start Tim Frazier. I will lose it. So, look for starting lineup tomorrow to be Bruce Brown, Luke Kennard, Tony Snell, Markieff, and Dre. Because I'm not expecting Blake or D Rose to play. I think that they played Blake Griffin too much today and relied too heavily on Blake. So, but it's really on Casey, man. Casey's got to look in the mirror and realize what he's doing wrong. I mean, the Wolves, hey, man, congrats to the Wolves, man. You guys are hitting some absolutely crazy, crazy, crazy shots. So, I mean, it's better to be lucky than good. But it's not like you guys are bad or anything. Just hit a lot of lucky shots. So you can't really be too mad at that. But the Pistons did a lot wrong. I feel like the Timberwolves let off the gas a lot. I feel like they had it locked up in the bag, especially being up 18 or whatever. But it's the NBA, man. You can go on a scoring run and all that stuff, and just boom, like that, take over. Hey, I appreciate that, Dominic. He does do that to a lot of people, man. There's a reason Toronto let him go. Toronto let him go because of the exact same situation. I mean, he took their best player, DeMar DeRozan, out of the game in the playoffs. You can't do that. If he's having a good game or not. If Blake Griffin's 0 of 8 from the three-point line with 5 points in the fourth quarter, you can't take him out when he's healthy. You have to play him. So, yeah, I mean, it's crazy all the people we put in the clutch. I mean, you didn't have a point guard out there to close the game out. That's the time you put Derrick Rose into the game. It's all on Casey. I appreciate that $5, man. I wish I could donate it so we can get Dwayne Casey a brain. But I think we're going to need more than $5 for a brain transplant. I don't know how much a brain transplant is, but I'm pretty sure it's more than $5. So, I mean, I'm guessing that's what I'm going to start putting on the Super Chats together for us to help develop a brain transplant so that way we can have somewhere, if it's not the Pistons, if it's the Lions, the Tigers, or the Red Wings, we could have a smart coach because, quite frankly, none of the Detroit teams have a smart coach. I mean, I don't think Dwayne Casey's a bad coach though, man. Like he's got it. Like he's supposed to be this guy who develops young talent, and we're seeing that. I mean, Luke Kennard's having a good season. He's having a great season, but that really isn't the problem. I mean, we're supposed to be seeing Sekou, Bruce Brown, Kyrie Thomas, all these young guys, Christian Wood, and he's not playing them. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, in Toronto, he played all the young guys. And that's what made Toronto so good, was you didn't expect some of these young guys to be as good as they were, and they were getting opportunities after opportunities. And here, he's not giving them opportunities. Dwayne Casey's not a bad coach. He's just not the brightest coach. Like, he's a good coach. He's obviously better than Stan Van Dummy, but, they still have the same problem. Rotations, rotations, rotations. Thin Mister. I still think calling him Thin Mister is too polite. We got to find a better nickname, man. That is a problem, and I really think it's because Tony Snell is really the only true small forward that we have. And I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Tony Snell lately. Tony Snell's been stepping up. Maybe not defensively, but offensively he's been there. But he's really the only true small forward that we have. That's still a position that we need to fill. Look at the trade deadline. Not saying we're going to go out there and get a superstar or anything like that, but look for the Pistons to fill that spot in acquiring a small forward come trade deadline. It's something that we need still off the bench. I'm about to head that way too, Ryder. I got to work tomorrow, and I'm tired of the cold weather. The cold weather, when it gets dark like this, it just feels way later than what it is. But peace out, Ryder. Have a good night. But I don't remember what I was talking about now. Try to backtrack. I don't remember what I was talking about. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. Oh, trades. Look for the Pistons to get another backup small forward. I'm not sure what the market's going to be at that time because anywhere from now till the trade deadline, anything could possibly happen. I mean, you guys have seen NBA superstars demand trades and all this stuff. So I mean, anything can happen come trade deadline. But I think a backup small forward is a position the Pistons will look to fill. We have a lot of guards. I think that we have room to dump some of them off to get a small forward. Again, Markieff is really a 4. I haven't really been impressed with Markieff's performance, so I mean, maybe come trade deadline, he might be a name floating around. I mean, there's a ton of names that we could trade right now. Right now, Luke Kennard, Blake Griffin, Derrick Rose are really the only people I'd say are safe. I don't think any one of those are going anywhere. I think Andre is safe if he is still kind of hinting that he wants to stay. So it wasn't a bad game like the way I said. It was still an entertaining game. The Pistons came back and could have pulled it off, but they couldn't stop Minnesota when it boiled down to it. So that's a problem. And I told you guys this defense is a problem. But, you guys are kind of overshadowing the defense and saying, oh, it's been the turnovers and we can't score when we need to. Our defense really isn't good. And it all falls down to Andre Drummond. When Andre has a good defensive game, we're going to have a good game. But when he doesn't, we're not going to. And Andre didn't have a good defensive game today, and we didn't win. So it's really what it boils down to. I'm telling you guys, Andre is the most important player on this team. Like I said, you can take your Derrick Roses, you can take your Blake Griffins. It doesn't matter. Andre Drummond needs to have a good game for this team to win. And when he doesn't, we aren't going to win. And Andre did not have a good game today. That's what it boils down to. Like I said, Devin, I don't know, man. It's going to depend on what's available at the deadline. I'm not sure what teams are looking to move, what pieces. It's going to depend on what teams are out of the playoff race. There's going to be teams in the playoff race who are going to be looking to get some of those stuff. So, I mean, you really kind of have to wait till you get that point in time before you can really start expecting and evaluating trades. So we will see. That time is coming up before you know it. What is it? It comes in February. It's right around middle of February, if I'm not mistaken. It's right before All-Star break, and the All-Star break's in the middle of February. So it might be the end of January, beginning of February then. So I mean, we got some time, and I mean it's still very early in the season before we start panicking too much. But these are things you have to correct right now. Okay, if you're looking to be better than the 8 seed, you have to correct these mistakes, and you have to correct them right now. Dwayne Casey, is a player-friendly coach. Cool, okay, but you have to tell your guys, you have to get on Andre Drummond, you have to get on Blake Griffin, you have to get on Derrick Rose, and set it an example. Because even if you pull those 3 guys behind closed doors, it's like, hey, I'm going to pretend I'm going to be mad at you guys, give you guys a little bit of a butt chewing, so that way you guys get motivated, so that way it inspires the young guys. Because these young guys look up to all 3 of those players. You have to inspire this team, get them motivated. You can't play a game, give up 41 points in the first quarter at home. Not acceptable. Not even cool when they're hitting ridiculous shots. Okay, that's unacceptable. You have to set a tone. You have to score more, whatever. Because it's not like Minnesota's that good of a defensive team. There's just so much this team needs to fix right now. Again, I'm not panicking, but there's just a lot of it's just rotations that need to be fixed, and I think that's going to solve a lot of it. But again, Derrick Rose is really the only true point guard we have on this team, even when Reggie comes back. So we'll see. So with that being said, I'm probably going to go take a shower, get ready for bed, and get ready for work tomorrow, and get ready for this pregame against the Miami Heat tomorrow. So hopefully we can correct some of these mistakes, get motivated for this game tomorrow. So we'll see. Instagram, Twitter, DSA members in the description. We got the roundtable for you guys tomorrow. I'm not sure if that's going to be on Luke G's or Michael Mike's channel. So if you want to vent lines, go on there and talk. Saturday, probably the next time I'll be live, we got Above the Rim. will be reviewing this week for the Pistons with the DSA members. Just talking. We can probably talk some trades, whatever you guys want. So if you guys got some topics you want us to talk about, you can hit me up on Instagram or Twitter with your topics, so that way we have time to prepare for it. And if you guys don't want to do that, just come to the show and we can answer your questions live and all that good stuff. So we will see. We will definitely see what you guys got for us. It's going to be a good one, man. But you guys have a good night. Drive safe out there. If you guys don't have school tomorrow, sleep in and stay up late. So that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.